The George Barris Ice Cream Truck, Johnny Lightning Edition. Coming up next on Monster Hobbies, What's in the Box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in this box?
What's in the box?
Hello everybody, my name is Trevor Ursulescu, owner of Monster Hobbies in High River, Alberta, Canada. Welcome back to another unboxing video, Monster Hobbies What's in the Box, where we're going to be looking at the George Barris Ice Cream Truck. This is the Johnny Lightning edition that came out in 2006. And in this little window there was a Johnny Lightning car. And it's still in the box. We're going to check it out pretty soon. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends and family. And now, without further ado, let's go down to our table and see what's in the box. Here we are once again going back and onto our table, and we're going to look at the George Barris Ice Cream Truck by AMT. And this is a Johnny Lightning edition with the cool car. So let's pull the lid off this baby and see what's inside. Now the first portion of our unboxing is the actual instruction sheet for the Barris Ice Cream Truck. And this was an old kit made by RC2 back in 2006, before RC2 was bought by Round 2. And as we can see, the instructions have the usual important instructions. Before you begin to assemble your model, study the instructions carefully. And then it shows you how to use these things. And then it has these building tips for the advanced modeler. And it includes using proper sandpapers to polish your paint down and all sorts of other great things. So now let's go over and see our first panel, which shows that great engine block going together. This appears to be a tri-carbureted Chevy motor. Yep, painted Chevy engine orange. There we go. And then it has the cab going together here, as you can see, upside down. Oh, in this panel here we've got the second part of building the engine with the Enderley and fuel injection stacks and the dual air scoops. And then there's the panel for the ice cream truck section going together with the cool oval window and those nice bits of glass. Then as we turn this over, we see that we have the chassis and all the details of it going together, plus how the front end with the engines goes together, and then the rear axles with those cool wheels, and it's got the finned Buick style brake drums. Then up here is our body panels going together, the glass into the truck bed, and the assembly of the truck and the interior all going onto the pan and getting glued together. And then the final bits with the gingerbread roof trim going on to the top of the truck, and those really wicked fenders going to the sides. And then you get this nice ice chest with ice cream cartons and other cool details in this kit. And now let's put the instructions away here and go over and see the plastic. And here is the first piece. This, of course, is the cab where the guy's going to be sitting in the car. And as you can see, it is quite a tiny, narrow piece, just basically designed for a seat or two. And yeah, that's nice side windows on there. Very neat. Very tiny, very narrow. Now let's go look at our other components. And here we have our cab pieces. This is the truck bed, and there's the interior. And there is no carpet detail on this, it's all very smooth. And underneath there's a steering wheel and a little separate bag glued on here. It's that deep dish Chrysler style aircraft type of steering wheel, the safety wheel of the 60s. And I think these are the ice cream containers here. And this, of course, is the back part with the doors, which would click into those little reliefs there. And as you can see, there are quite a bit of mold marks in the kit, which you will be able to get out using a number 16 hobby blade. We got the nice front and back parts of those cabs. And this would be where the doors hinge in. There's a little depression there, which would match up with the little pins on the tops of these doors. Now let's see our next white pieces. And now our next pieces, we have the fenders, and of course all the little bits and pieces that go on the body there. These are like little snowflakes or something. Very interesting, a lot of them. And then our gingerbread on the top of the car. Oh, yes, these are the gingerbread pieces, so they go on the top of the roof. Then we have our dashboard here with the 3 pedals. Our radiator, and there's the little front seat. Very small, and these would be those ice cream boxes. So our ice cream tubs will go in there, 2 on the sides, on the insides, and of course our back window here. The detail is very crisp. It's actually very, not crisp, but very smooth in here. Nice that there's no mold marks underneath on these fenders. Usually there are. And nothing on the tops either. So you've got that nice profile from the back wheel to the doorstep and up to the front wheels. And now let's look at our next bunch of pieces. This is the final group of white pieces for our model kit. And here we have the frame. There's quite a bit of flash right there in that corner for some reason, which of course you can take out with a number 11 X-Acto knife, sandpaper, or your hobby file. And then here we have that Chevy small block, and our belts, and the rear axle, intake manifold here, and the rear brakes, not the brakes, the wheel backs. You have to cut out this spider web inside here, and we've got these little pins there for your wheels. It's not too bad, but there is a lot of flash on it. So now let's examine the next group of pieces. Now this is where the fun begins on this model kit. These are the chrome pieces, and there are a lot of them, which gives the car the extra bit of pizzazz that you need. And we got a lot. Like, look at these little chrome coil springs in the front and our shock absorbers. Then we've got some license plates here and little rods. These bits that look like big old 50s rear tail lamps. Then we have our wheels here. It's nice slot style mag wheels with the big deep caps on them. Then our Buick finned brakes, 4-wheel drum brakes. I had those on my 72 Oldsmobile, and quite slippery to stop on when you need to. Then we've got all these nice exhaust pipes and other bits and pieces, radius rods, dropped axles, very cool stuff. And this radiator shell really looks like a Rolls-Royce one from back in the day. Just needs a Rolls-Royce symbol on there. Wonder if that's actually what's going on with this kit. Now look at the oil pan. It's got those nice little holes there just for your mounting your engine mounts. Tricarbs. There's your instrument cluster there. And these nice old lamps, lantern lamps, and the chrome air cleaners. And there you go, your chrome. Now we get into the glass, and what's kind of nice with this is RC2 did a smart thing. They put it in a bubble pack envelope, so that will reduce any scratches in the glass, which is always a major complaint with these things. So let's get rid of the bubble pack here so you can see the windows. There they are. Beautiful. As you can see, it's got this nice ice effect to the top, icicles in there. That'd be quite an interesting thing to try to pick out with a dry brush. And then here's the containers for those ice creams, and they also have this crushed ice pattern in the bottom of them, so it looks like they're actually part of a freezer. Or not freezer, but they've got ice in there. Ice box. Yes, ice box. Then you got your rear window and these other windows here. I believe those are side windows, also with this ice effect on them. But unfortunately you can see a lot of flash on there, so we are going to have to take that off with sandpaper or a hobby knife. And there's our glass. Now we're going to look at the rear tires, and these are Goodyear Blue Streak Dragway Special tires. They're not quite slicks, they do have a tread to them, but they are for drag racing only, as it says. I don't know if you can see this. It says on the sidewall, for drag racing only. So pretty cool detail on these. Lots of information on the model kit tires, so that you know what they are. And now let's look at the front tires. Here they are. They are quite big. I've seen these tires on model truck kits before. They are Goodyears, but I'm not quite sure what type of Goodyear they are. Finally, we come to our Waterslide transfer sheet. They always protect it with this nice little yellow paper so it doesn't get damaged. And here, as you can see, we have these nice Daisy Bell ice cream Waterslide transfers. You can't see the ice cream because it's white background. They also have these nice little daisy flowers that are all over the top and the roof and back of the ice cream truck. So there you are. And these are easy to use. You just soak them in water, wait for them to curl up, and then they uncurl, and at that point you can slide them off onto the body of your model kit. And now let's actually take a look at the bonus feature of this kit, which is really cool. And here's another fun feature of this model kit. They include a nice little Johnny Lightning car for you to collect and display, which I've done. That's why it wasn't in the box. And the nice thing about this is it gives you some paint points and references. So you can see that the top of the roof is blue, and that's where those little Daisy Waterslide decals would end up. And of course, it also allows you to have a good look at what your future model would look like if you built it up according to the plans. And you can see there's a steering wheel goes straight up, actually. That's pretty interesting. Did not realize that. And it's got that little Rolls-Royce style radiator in the front and a whole bunch of other cool details. And that brings us to the conclusion of our examination of the Johnny Lightning Edition George Barris ice cream truck. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Monster Hobbies What's in the Box, where we got to look at the George Barris ice cream truck and that cool Johnny Lightning car. And if you would like to help support us, please do so by visiting our Patreon page, and I will leave the link down below. There's some very good reasons why to do that, and you will have to find out by going over there and checking it out for yourself. And if you like these videos, be sure to check out these other two great videos in the series of What's in the Box. And until next time, happy model building!